It's time for Quick Draw. Get out your tickets now. We're playing Quick 2, 3, and 4. Good luck!
Thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, their guests, callers, and advisors on Eye of the Nation are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Eye of the Nation is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Eye of the Nation is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2026. All rights are reserved.
Welcome to Eye of the Nation. I'm Sandy Brown, and thank you guys for sticking with us yesterday. A number of you messaged me, well, those of you who have my number, and I did see some of the comments online about the fact that we didn't have a live show yesterday and we had to play a rebroadcast. Well, it was because, you know, we're human and we get sick too, and Levin isn't feeling his best, so it's just me today. I'm feeling much better than him. You know, women, I think we're a little tougher than men when it comes to sickness and stuff like that. So I'm back. But Levin will hopefully be back tomorrow. But we do still have a full lineup for you guys. We have 2 guests today, and we have a lot of information to get to you, stuff that we missed yesterday and things that happened today, all of the rows and the arguments that happened in Parliament, all of the juicy little court news, the juicy little police news with the people that was fighting and the Caucasians that was acting up. We got all of it for you guys today. We also have a mental health expert coming in to talk about this series of attempted suicides and suicides that we're having, so we're interested in talking about that. We have BTC stopping through. So like I said, we have an entire show for you guys to try and make up for our absence yesterday, and Levin will be back tomorrow, hopefully. All right, so let's jump into it. Now, normally this area is what we use for the rant, right? And my rant today comes from the House of Assembly, and it's for JoBeth Colby. Like, I really appreciate the fact that, you know, your contribution. I listened to a little bit of it today, and you were talking about what is expected to happen in the coming months with the upgrades that are going on to BPL, and, you know, the power outages are supposed to be less, and you were kind of saying all the great things that was happening, and I appreciate that. However, I feel like it should have started with an apology to the Bahamian people for what happened over the weekend. And not just in New Providence. Obviously, we all heard the stories about what happened in Cat Island and them having to cancel what was happening there because the power outages that happened. We all heard about what was happening in New Providence. In certain areas, power was off for like 48 hours straight. People's power going in and out. There were complaints from people about their food spoiling, about electronics blowing out because of all the power outages. So I honestly feel like it should have started with an apology. Also, I don't understand how every year summer surprises BPL. Every year around this time, they always say that there's a surge in usage because it's hot, and so people are using their air conditioning more, people are turning on their fans more, and the surge in usage always causes like a strain on the system, according to them. So now they're saying that they have this big strain on the system, and this is what is causing all the outages, in addition to the fact that they are upgrading. So she's saying that they're upgrading a lot of their systems, and the outages are tied to that. I think she kind of made it reminiscent to, she compared it to if you're living in a house and renovations are happening. And while I appreciate the renovations that are happening, the renovations couldn't happen before summer. Like, that's the question. Like, why the renovations have to happen in the peak of the heat for the power to be going out? That's my only question. Like, I just don't get how summer surprises BPL every year. And I'm not saying that we're as bad as we used to be, because obviously I know everybody remember those times when we were load shedding and they were turning power off in one area in order to sustain power in the other area. But my God, it is 100 and something degrees on a cool day. I understand what is going on, but I just feel like sometimes some forward planning could be happening. That's all. Let's not upgrade the grid in the summertime for the summertime. But what I can give them kudos for is they have been sending out a lot of their updates, so you could find their updates. I'm not sure if it's still on their page. I do follow their channel. So if you haven't followed their channel, and it's on WhatsApp, and I think most Bahamians have WhatsApp. So they have like a BPL channel for New Providence, and then they have a BPL channel, I think, for like the other parts of the country. You can follow their channels for updates. So their communications and their PR team is doing a very good job when it comes to updating. But my God, it's hot. Okay? All right. Stick and stay with us. We do have some guests coming up. We're going to talk about all of the drama that happened in the House of Assembly. We're going to talk about those tourists that were arrested. We're going to open up the phone lines early, and we still have some giveaways. So stick with us. We'll be back right after this.
Eye on the Nation will be back right after these messages.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At VTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
Did you know that when you shop at cbsbahamas.com, you can see directly into our vendors' warehouses? What that means is even if we only have a dozen of an item available in store, you can order virtually as many as you want directly from our vendors and have it delivered to your doorstep in just 10 to 14 days. You don't have to worry about shipping, imports, duties, or any of the hard stuff. Our back order program is unique, and it's only at cbsbahamas.com.
Bring your brand into focus and make your impact on the nation. Go all in with the Impact Bundle, featuring live liners and an in-studio interview. Prefer targeted reach? Audio plus digital delivers radio and digital placements. Or be seen with our television bundle with 20 TV ads across broadcast and streaming. Call 4-666-173. Eye on the Nation.
Welcome back to Eye on the Nation.
Welcome back to Eye on the Nation. I'm Sani Brown. And before we get into everything that we have to get into today, don't forget that with Canoe, Bahamian businesses can access their funds right at home, enjoy faster payouts, process payments 24/7, and move money at your own convenience. So Bahamian business owners can accept payments online with Canoe, explore Canoe's API and invoicing features to get paid locally and internationally. Canoe is a Bahamian fintech helping local merchants accept payments fast and easy, and empowers entrepreneurs to get paid quickly and grow. All right, now let's jump into everything. I see your comments. Thank you guys. No, it's not anything that we ate We didn't have the runs. Our belly didn't do the belly thing. It's just whatever is going around may have caught us. You know, last week y'all was making fun of me because my voice was hoarse. And so we just needed a day to whatever was in our system to come out. It's still in Levin's system. So hopefully by tomorrow he'll be fine and back in studio, okay? So no rebroadcasting, say stress. He's not, I mean, he is a little bit of stress. So the today's show should be a little bit easier. But we do have a full lineup, so let's get into it. So we're gonna start with all of the changes that are supposed to be happening at beaches and parks. Now, y'all know, right before the election, beaches and parks, it was a whole thing about the overspending, about the lack of accountability. Well, now the new executive chairman, is that his title? I don't think it is. Yes, executive chairman, Jamal Strawn. I was right. I don't know why I don't trust myself. The executive chairman of Beaches and Parks said that they're going to be more transparent, that they're going to be sweeping changes from electronic permits for people who want to use the parks and have venues there, to full accountability for where all of the money is going to be spent, which was a big deal, and people were arguing about that. He also talked about surveillance systems on parks and including park wardens and having lifeguards on the beach. But some people saw him sitting in the House talking about all of this stuff as a slap in the face to the former executive chairman, who was Mikel Bonamy, who they on the same side. And people was like, if y'all on the same side, are you saying that he didn't do a good job? But I didn't take it that way. But anyway, we're going to play the story and then we'll get into it.
With questions still lingering over millions of dollars spent during the last term, the new chairman of the Beaches and Parks Authority, they're promising a different approach. Tonight, he's laying out his vision for the agency's future and explaining how he intends to rebuild public confidence. Danielle Dean has the details tonight.
I'm taking the authority into the 21st century, Madam Speaker.
New Beaches and Parks Authority Executive Chairman and Nassau Village MP Jamal Strawn is promising to turn the page on how the agency operates, vowing greater transparency, accountability, and public oversight. The comments raising eyebrows inside Parliament, given that the position was previously held by his fellow PLP colleague and Mount Moriah MP Mikel Bonamy. And with the questions still swirling over more than $140 million spent by the authority during the last term, some were left wondering whether Strawn's call for a more open and accountable authority was an indirect critique of the agency's previous leadership.
The Bahamian people deserve to know that every dollar allocated to the authority is being used responsibly.
Strawn says under his chairmanship, there will be real measurable results within the authority. Every dollar spent will be accounted for. And in an effort to promote more transparency, the public will have complete access to the authority's expenditure and be able to keep the authority accountable to its duty to upkeep parks and beaches across the country.
We have already begun a comprehensive resources and operational audit at the authority. We are taking a hard and honest look at our real true staffing capacity and structure, our operational systems, our policies and procedures, and our reporting mechanisms, Madam Speaker.
Long Island MP Andre Rollins was quick to pick up on the political undertones, suggesting Strawn may not have realized the implication of his words, arguing that the presentation could be interpreted as an indictment of Bonamy's tenure at the helm of the authority.
I don't believe he recognizes that in feeling himself, he's actually thrown his colleague, the Member of Parliament for Mount Moriah, under the bus and actually reversed on him. The point of what I make, Madam Speaker, is that here we are debating a significant borrowing of public funds. The member himself just acknowledged that it is important that beaches and parks be more transparent, as if to acknowledge a lack of transparency under the former administration.
Rollins maintaining that after more than $140 million in spending, the public deserves to see tangible results. During the exchange, the Mount Moriah MP could be seen responding from his seat before drawing attention after walking out of the chamber mid-speech. Strawn, however, rejected any suggestion that he was taking a shot at his parliamentary colleague. Instead, he insisted his remarks were about setting a new standard of accountability and building on the foundation already in place. Moving forward, he says the authority will focus on expanding surveillance at beaches and parks, deploying more lifeguards, improving maintenance, and accelerating beautification projects nationwide. He has also set a target of transforming at least 5 parks every quarter. Danielle Dean.
Now, y'all gotta let me know whether y'all agree with Rollins or not. Now, Rollins feels as though Jamal was quote-unquote feeling himself in the House when he announced these sweeping changes that are about to happen at Beaches and Parks Authority. Producer thinks that she agrees with Rollins that Rollins threw Mikel under the, not Rollins, sorry, Jamal threw Mikel under the bus, reversed, and rolled over him. I don't think that that was the intention. He did say in the speech that he was going to build on the foundation that was there. So the foundation that was there was the foundation that Mikel would have set. I also believe that Jamal understands that he has a responsibility to the public, and the responsibility to the public comes before the responsibility to the party. And he knows that the public is expecting him to say these things because Beaches and Parks been in the news for like 3 weeks. Every day it was something different. One of the major newspapers took it upon themselves to go to a park every day. I don't know if y'all remember that. And take pictures of the parks and say, this is where the money is going because the swings are broken. I mean, y'all could let me know. Do y'all feel like there was a way that he could have said it that would have protected Mikel, or do you think that it was just innocent and he was just doing what he had to do in order to ensure the public that he is not going to go there and quote unquote waste the money that everybody else is? I think he just, sweeping changes. No? Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all feel as though he did too much. As someone said, no. Yeah, I don't think so. But it's still early on, and I guess we have to wait and see what is actually done. I don't think Mikel did a terrible job. I honestly think that he was good at it. I just feel like people are asking for accountability, because when you spend millions of dollars of the public's money on beaches and parks, and the beaches and parks still look bad, and you cannot explain to me where the money went, people are going to ask questions. And I think he was just kind of protecting himself and choosing himself over party in that instance. And I think Rollins was being Rollins. He was being mischievous. Someone said, good stuff, Jamal. Let the public know you ain't going to squander that $141 million. Now, I'm not saying that the money was squandered, and I don't think he was saying the money was squandered either. He's just saying, y'all want to know, and I'm going to let y'all know. Okay? I guess we can move on from that. More drama coming out of the House. Speaker of the House. I mean, Madam Speaker, I don't know. I think she's one of the most loved / hated politicians, public figures. I think nothing that she does will ever be right to some people, and she'll never do enough for some other people. So in the House yesterday, they tested her. They tested her in the House again today. We're going to talk about what happened today later on in the show in the 5 o'clock hour. But yesterday, she was tested by the FNM in the House. And she had to say, look, I ain't the one. Like, y'all ain't gonna stand up in here and keep not listening to me when I say this is what I wanted to do. And this all stemmed from the FNM trying to, I guess, table some documents, an affidavit that was made with the Jonathan Gardner thing and whoever it was that was in the House and the DEA agent and the cocaine. And she was like, it's not happening. The only way that it could happen is by doing X, Y, Z. And the FNM was like, nah, we don't really want to do that. And then she was like, I am not the one. Y'all ain't gonna play with me. Y'all ain't gonna run over me. And this is what happened.
Speaker Patricia DeVoe, however, setting the record straight for Pintard, making it clear she will not be ran over during this parliamentary term.
The Speaker has indicated, from my respect and for this chair, that I will send it to the Committee of Privilege that will be named as early as tomorrow. Okay, in our next sitting. I have the names. I know where I'm going with this. Okay? And also, once it would have been sent to the Committee of Privilege, you can start You can do it midriff. You could do it tomorrow. You could do it next week. And every time you do it, I will stop you because as the speaker, once I would have sent it to the committee of privilege under the rules, no man or no woman in this honorable assembly can speak to it. Okay? And that is that. We will now move on. I know my rules, and I can enforce them. Y'all ain't gonna batter and bang and carry on out of character this time, and I could talk to y'all. Even I know rookie no more. I was a big senior in this.
She says she's a big dog. She, rookie no more. This is her second time around. Y'all ain't gonna play with her the way that y'all played with her for the past 5 years. And I know some people don't like her. And at one point, I actually was like, come on, Madrish. When, her and Dr. Sands had their little thing. And I was like, she could have been a little bit better in that moment. I feel like people need to watch the full, sit down and watch the parliamentary channel and see how they act in there before y'all sit here and call her all of the ungodly things that y'all call that woman, because they carry on bad. Did y'all, she's trying to tell them to sit down and stop talking to each other. I don't know if y'all know how the rules of the House works, and they're not supposed to speak to each other. They're supposed to address her. All the comments are supposed to go to her. They get up in there and they screaming at each other across the floor, saying unparliamentary things, having to retract things. It is a big mess. And so sometimes you have to treat them like kids. One of the comments I saw, someone says, oh, why is she talking to them like they children? Because they act like they're children a lot of the time. Do y'all see them? Please, I implore y'all, one day, I know it's a little boring sometimes. Sometimes it is be a little much to sit down and watch the House, especially when, a lot of big terms are being used, a lot of things are going over your head. But come on, man. I think we need to give her a break. The things that she has to deal with in that house, and then being a woman, and I know y'all love to say I love to play the woman card, but I do feel like men do not respect a woman in that position the way that they did the other men. It's like they don't hear her unless she turned into a big dog. And then when she turned into a big dog, all of the words come out, all of the bad things that y'all want to call that woman. But y'all don't have to deal with the things that she has to deal with. Just sit down one day. I think it's on TV. But if you don't have cable, a lot of people getting rid of cable and stuff now. It's on Facebook. I think it's called the Parliamentary Channel. You just type it in and they live stream everything from the House to the Senate. And you could sit right down in the House, at work, whatever it is, put your little headphones in and watch before y'all sit down and, judge the lady, I think, a little bit unfairly. And y'all gonna see what they did to her again today. Because even after she said that, Pintard went back in there after she said it's going to go to the Committee of Privilege, after she named the Committee of Privilege, and still attempted to do the exact same thing today. Then you'll wonder why she's get mad. Anyway, that part we're going to talk about a little bit later in the show, in the 5 o'clock hour. But like I said, we have a lot of stuff to go to today. And we do have a guest coming on in the next couple of minutes. And before the guests come on, I do want to get into what in the Kung Fu Panda Caucasian mess was happening downtown with those tourists who decided that they wanted to go up in there and play around. I'm not sure what was happening. So I'm sure everybody saw the videos. Everybody should have seen it by now. All of the major news networks did a story on it. I think we have the story from Eyewitness on it. But some tourists decided that they wanted to get into a melee downtown. They were fighting each other. Nobody really sure what was happening. But we can see in the video that there was a fight. Not sure if alcohol was involved, but we all know. I don't know if it's something about our rum that's a little stronger than the rum that they be drinking, but they has come here and they has act all the way out. So they got into a big fight, and then police went, broke up the fight, took them down to the station to ask them questions, as they would have done with any of us. These people decided that they were going to break out. One of the girls threw a chair, broke the window. The guy then proceeded to kick out the broken glass so he could crawl through the door. I don't know where he thought he was going to go because it wasn't the main door. It was the side door. The police didn't have to do much to catch him again. All they had to do was open the door and walk around. He didn't even make 2 feet out of the door before he got rearrested. I don't know what their great escape plan was, but it was clearly not thought through good enough. And then he looked like even after he tried to escape, he was trying to help somebody else escape. Maybe if he had break off running, he would have been able to get out. But anyway, we do have a news story from Eyewitness. They're going to tell you we don't. Okay. Sorry. No. Well, I just kind of described everything, what happened that they did say. But this is what happened. So there was a lot of comments, a lot of controversy on Facebook with people saying if it was Bahamians, if they would have been treated the same way, if Bahamians would have been maybe roughed up a little bit, because the police did say in their statement that some of the officers were injured during this incident. Some of their uniforms were injured. They did talk about how some of the people were injured. They didn't say if their injuries were sustained from the police fighting them or from them fighting each other or for whatever happened. But people were saying that, you know, would this have ended this peacefully if it was a Bahamian, especially if they did that? Like, this girl literally picked up a chair and threw it through the door, and then friend tried to escape. I just want to know whatever they had. I just want a little bit for this weekend because I need some energy out of it. And if whatever they take in turning them into Superman and Superwoman and they doing all of this fighting police and trying to escape and breaking out and stuff, I just want a little bit. Someone said if it was Bahamians, they may have gotten shot. I don't know. I cannot say that there isn't a double standard for tourists. We do handle tourists a little bit easier than we handle Bahamians. Is it fair? I can't say. Tourism is our #1 industry. It's our bread and butter. We cannot be seen treating them badly, but then we also can't let them come here and carry on bad. Someone said there was a video at the airport showing tourists fighting. It was these same tourists, or these was different ones that was fighting at the airport? Because these ones, I think they say was fighting at, not the dock. What you call the thing? What you call the thing where the people come off the cruise ships? There. Anyway, time to take a break. We'll continue this story when we come back. We do have a guest coming on to talk about mental health, grief, depression, and suicide, because we have had a series of suicides and attempted suicides. We're going to continue to talk about what was going on in the house, and we have much, much, much more when we come back right after this.
Eye on the Nation will be back right after these messages.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
Bring your brand into focus and make your impact on the nation. Go all in with the Impact Bundle, featuring live liners and an in-studio interview. Prefer targeted reach? Audio plus digital delivers radio and digital placements. Or be seen with our television bundle with 20 TV ads across broadcast and streaming. Call 4-666-173. Eye on the Nation.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
welcome back to Eye on the Nation.
Welcome back to Eye on the Nation. I'm Sandy Brown, and like I told you guys, we do have a guest joining us today. This is Kavita Garikapathy. I did say it right.
You did say it.
Ah, there you go. So, sometimes you have to try,
Yes, of course.
And like we told you guys, we are talking about mental health, grief, depression, because of, we've seen lately in the country a lot of either suicides or attempted suicides, but before we even get to suicides, I want to touch on mental health a little bit because I feel like it's something that we do not take as seriously in this country. We have little words that we say that person might be touched or they might be special or, but we don't really take into consideration that it may be something going on deeper than them just being special.
No, I thank you for having me here.
No
Thank
problem.
you so
Thank you
much.
for coming.
I really appreciate it. Mental health is amazingly a very, very happening topic right now because I believe that it has to be given a lot more importance than it usually is given. There is a stigma. I'm going to say there is a stigma attached to mental health. The moment someone says, I need to go to a therapist, you're judged. Why are you going to? What is wrong with you? Why do you need to go? Why, this can be sorted out. You don't need to. So, but I have to say, being in the profession for a long time, there is a change.
Okay.
There is a trend, a growing trend where there is awareness
More
for mental
people
health.
wanting
Yes,
to go. Okay,
yes,
that's good.
There is. People are beginning to, I'm hearing from companies who are reaching out to me for their employees.
Okay.
And, so these are good trends that are happening right now. Still in the backside, you will feel there is a bit of a stigma still attached to mental health well-being and focusing on mental health and therapy and talking to someone, counseling, all of those things.
What do you think the stigma comes from? Because I know, and especially in the Black community, they'll say, just go lay down, you'll be fine. Or if you say, I need a mental health day, or I'm just not mentally there, or, I'm stressed out, they'll say, oh, just go lay down, or go pray about it, or go talk to your pastor and you'll be fine. Why do you think that we don't take it as seriously as we should until somebody literally either has a mental breakdown or unfortunately hurts themselves or someone else?
That's a very valuable question, honestly. You know why? Because you can't see it. It's not physically visible.
It's not tangible.
It is what people go through internally. It's not like a fever or a disease or something that can, the moment you see it, you have to go for, go to a doctor, get the treatment, and there'll be a diagnosis, and then there'll be a treatment, there'll be medication, and then they get better. Mental health is a process. If there's one thing I've realized, it's a process. It's something that a person has to willingly want to do and want to do it from within. It's very important. It cannot be forced on you. And that is the thing. It's not visible, and people just expect, like you said, sleep it off, take a break, come back, you're going to be fine. It's usually brushed aside because we don't talk about it as much as we should. And secondly, I feel that, no one realizes the importance of mental health well-being and its connection to physical.
Because it can make, like when you're depressed, you have physical symptoms that happen with depression.
Let me keep it simple. You have a rough day. You have a rough day. You get up, you're not in the best of moods, and you end up having a lot of, little things causing you to feel more and more mentally disturbed. By somewhere along the way, you'll have a headache. So that's a direct indication. It's a simple example, but that's a direct indication that there's a very close connection between our mental health and our physical health.
But what can we do? What can we do to ensure that we take care of ourselves? I like to tell people all the time, take those vacation days from work take your sick days if you feel. I feel like we should have more mental health days, but we'll get into that later. Take your sick days if you need to, because at the end of the day, when you start to physically feel sick because of all of the stress that's happening, you can't be a help to anybody else, let alone yourself. So what is it that we need to do to not only just take care of ourselves, but also maybe recognize when someone may be having like a mental health episode?
Can I say it in simple terms? Like in very simple terms? I give this example to absolutely anyone and everyone who crosses my path, especially my clients. I talk a lot about the oxygen mask. When you're asking me what one should do, for a change, that oxygen mask has to be, you know what the instruction is.
Yeah, they say put it on yourself.
Please put it on yourself before you put it on others. It sounds like it sounds scientific and but if you really break it down and bring it to life, it's literally that. We have to start taking care of ourselves.
And how do we take care of ourselves better? Is it physically working out more, eating better?
It's a combination
food?
of everything. It's a combination of everything. You brought it in. Physical exercise, self-care, anything that you consider self-care. It could be in the form of walking, listening to music, taking out time for yourself in the day and making sure it's only about you. Taking care of your physical,
your
appearance and everything. And setting boundaries. Now
telling people
that's the deeper part of it. When you start setting boundaries, when you start respecting yourself so much that you realize that you don't need to take on more than needed, you put that oxygen mask on yourself and tell people respectfully yet firmly, I can't do it.
But how do you do that without insulting people? Especially, Bahamians and Bahamian kids too. The parents rely on you so much. Your kids are relying on you. Your job is relying on you. So there's so much that you have to do, and you feel guilty, telling people sometimes no, like I can't do it. How do I say no without carrying the guilt around? Because then the guilt is gonna also cause me to have a headache.
So as I began to tell you, anything to do with mental health is a process. So start with baby steps. Start with little things. Start doing it little by little. Don't have to go on a drastic 360-degree turn and suddenly people are like, what's wrong with her? Or
she
what
never used
happened
to be
to
like
her?
this before.
Yeah. So it is extremely important that the first step is acknowledging that you want to do something different with your life, the way you're doing things, 1. 2, taking small steps, doing things in a small manner in order to make yourself feel a little better. The end goal is making yourself feel better. Now, it can sound like, am I trying to say be selfish? Not necessarily.
Sometimes you have to be.
Sometimes you have to be. Sometimes it's important to be selfish.
I tell people all the time, like, I don't know, this may not be, some people may take it to the extreme, but I always believe in taking care of yourself, right? I do not believe that we are put on this earth to pay bills and stress, right? So I'll be like, look, I feel like you should take some time to yourself. Now, this ain't from her, this is from me. I don't have a degree, I don't have a doctorate. But I'd be like, listen, if the bill is $200, I would put $150 on it, and I'll take that $50 and do something for me to make myself feel better. Whether it's get my nails done, because having my nails done makes me feel better about myself. Whether it's going to and having a spa day, or having some drinks with my friends, or doing whatever I have to do to unwind.
Every single person has their own fix.
Yeah,
quote unquote. Everyone has a way of making themselves. All the examples that you mentioned and more. So everyone has their own little fix that they have to deal with, or they know what they want to do to make themselves feel better. So why not? You do feel guilty because sometimes you have enabled a lot of people.
And they expect it now.
And they expect you to be always on their beck and call. And now you're like, no, I don't want to do it. And that's where you have to make an effort. However uncomfortable the situation and awkward the situation is, it is important to just, slide
Take
in
a
that.
little step back.
No, I can't do it. My hands are full.
For me, I like to throw it absolutely in front of my no. Absolutely not.
Okay.
It's just something. I don't feel guilty about it anymore. I feel like I spent my 20s doing that and feeling guilty and not being able to do this and not being able to do that. But I really feel like sometimes you have to look out for yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
And I want to pivot a little bit to depression because I think that we have a lot of functionally depressed people walking around, and because they don't have the symptoms, like people when you see people
tend
on TV,
to cover up well.
Right.
People tend to cover up well, and every and any emotion. They will dress well. They will, perform at their work as best as possible. And in every sense, they will be normal. Again, quote unquote. Now, what they're going through, that's the tricky part. And this is where I, as a therapist, would like to emphasize that I'm not saying that I'm the answer. I'm just saying you need to find ways and means to talk to someone or find ways to make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
Because if not you, who will give you priority?
How do I recognize it within myself? I know you said that people put on a show every day, right? I know sometimes, they tell you no matter what's going on, you have to get up, you have to go to work, you have to perform. If you have kids, you have to put that smile on your face because you don't want them to be concerned about you. You go into work, so you have to perform. How do I know whether I'm just putting on this front to perform or whether I'm actually depressed and I just don't know that I may be depressed?
So that is called denial.
Okay.
So a lot of times your body is telling you you're not in the best headspace. Your body is indicating it in various ways, in the form of a headache, in the form of how your tolerance level has come down. You're not able to take on anyone's, the usual things that you would usually deal with. You're not able to take it on anymore. You're getting irritable. You're getting angry. You're having fits of anger. And some people withdraw, like completely withdraw, but continue to do what they need to do because they're supposed to do that.
They have to do it.
The issue is your body, your heart, your mind, your soul is constantly telling you this is not you. We don't listen. We push that aside and we think we have to keep doing life and adulting because we're supposed to.
Yeah.
And
so how do I know? Because we big religious culture here, and the first thing that people say is go pray, or after go pray, and if that don't work, go to see a pastor. How do I know when it's moved from beyond what my pastor is able to do for me to no, I need to see a mental health professional?
When you're not able to function on a normal basis anymore, when you're not able to interact the way you usually do, when you're not able to do all the things that you would have normally done with ease, everything feels like an effort. You open your eyes in the morning and say, I'm not looking forward to today. All of these are signs. You get up. You're doing things in a begrudging manner. You're not happy.
Boy, it sounds like me every day.
No.
No, I mean, sometimes I get up and I just be like, boy, I really don't want to. I don't think I'm depressed. I just think I just overworked, but that's something completely different. Right. But I get it. How do I know the difference? And how do I recognize that in somebody? Like, how do I look at you and say, is she okay? She's saying she's okay, but she's drinking maybe a little bit more, or
those are
she's
signs.
Sleeping maybe
a little
bit
more.
Yeah.
Or she is withdrawing. Oh, she's not interacting.
She's not as social as she used to be.
Those are flags.
Yeah.
Those are flags. And you know the issue, I know at some point we'll talk about it, suicides. People are becoming more and more lonely. They're not, everyone is so caught up in their own lives that no one seems to have time to look out for each
nobody
other.
else, right? And I
like
think
how you're saying, there would be a time when you would be alert and aware of your friends' doings. And like you said, oh, this person is, this friend of mine is unusually lethargic or unusually sad. She's not at all conversing. What is wrong? No one is taking the next move and saying, how are you? What is happening?
But how do I do that? If I ask you, if I'm saying, girl, are you okay? And you're like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just a little tired or I'm just a little stressed out. How do I pry
broach it
without pushing?
Without imposing.
Yes.
By simply saying that just feeling a little concerned, bring in that tone where if you're genuinely concerned, let them know. Hey, you're saying you're okay. I believe you. But I just want you to know I'm concerned, I'm worried. If you want to talk to someone, I can get you some numbers. Don't need to talk to me. Maybe I'm not equipped. You want to talk to someone, you want to do, why don't you?
Okay.
Slide in some numbers, and say, give this a try. But you know what the thing is? The choice is eventually theirs.
Yeah. How often do I do it? If I check on you this week and you're not ready or you're saying, no, I'm fine.
It depends on how close you are to the person. If you're very close to the person, you feel you have that approach towards the person, you have that accessibility, there's no harm in checking in the person and saying, hey, I'm concerned. Hey, I want to check in. If the person says, look, leave me alone, I'm still, if it again depends on your relationship with the person. Say it's not someone you are very close to and you feel they still need help, maybe if you know
you can ask somebody closer to speak to them. Yeah.
So that's a way of going about it.
And I know, because we're running out of time, and I did want to touch on this, and you touched on it a little bit earlier about the suicides, the attempted suicides, and we're seeing them even younger. I don't know because I'm no expert, social media has a big role in it, because you see now, you could see someone's life, right? And especially if, I just turned 40 and I felt like my life would have been here, and this person is 20 and they already bought a house and I'm not married, and all of the people in my class already have kids and I'm not where I'm supposed to be. So it's so much easier for me to compare my life to someone else because it's bright and shiny and on my face every day with social media. Do you think it plays a big role in the depression?
It does play a very big role, and there's I think you're really helping me with this conversation because you already are building the groundwork for me. Everything you said plays a very significant role in an individual's life, along with lack of conversations. We are losing the ability to communicate. Now everything is about the phone and everything is about texting, and literally you'll be sitting at the dinner table and everyone will have a phone on their
Nobody's talking, yeah.
No one's talking. Yeah. There is lack of conversations, lack of communication. So people are internalizing more and more because they're not talking to someone, because no one's giving them sound advice or giving them coping mechanisms. None of that is available. Suddenly a person feels overwhelmed at certain point. And I mean, it's sad to say. Each one of those incidents that have occurred in the recent past, everyone has their reasons why they did what they did. We can't really judge it. We can't talk about it. But all the thing that is lacking here is just lack of human connections.
So how do we know when, because in some of the instances they had interviews and the family members was like, I would have never known, this person seemed to be happy. They were just talking about plans and now this happened. But then you had another incident where the person was like, all of these stuff started happening and this person died in their life and this person died and then this person left them and then they're financially. So how do we know, when to really, really check on someone or whether to give them the space that they need to, deal with whatever it is that they may be dealing with?
So honestly speaking, we will never know because we have all learned the art of covering up. We have all learned the art of presenting ourselves so well in the public that if you don't talk about it, no one will know. They look at you, they look at your persona, and they're like, strong, confident, they're good.
She's good. She
job.
can handle it.
She's got a good job.
Yeah.
She's doing everything, right? Unless and until conversations don't happen, I'm really going to say that. Unless and until people make an attempt to look around you and be your sister's, keeper, just check in.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
You
Want
good?
to talk? You
Yeah.
good? You sure? You want to talk about it? Talk about it.
Yeah.
That's very important. We're losing that art.
And one of the sayings that everybody uses now is check on your strong friends, because there's always that one friend who everybody can lean on, and everybody kind of trauma dumps on. I don't want to say, but you know what I mean. They dump all their trauma on the one friend that's always great with advice. It might have been you. But how do you check on that friend to be like, or as that friend, do I say, look, like, I need some space from you, because sometimes friends can do it to you. It's not your baggage that you're carrying. You just trauma dumped on me, and now I feel so heavy from the conversation that we just had. So how do I say, like, look, I understand that you're going through what you're going through, but I'm also going through something as well.
This is where the setting boundaries comes in. Say, you seem to be going through a lot. I wish I could help you. It's as simple as that. I wish I could help you. I wish we could, but the only thing is I don't know how much of it I will
just don't have it right now.
Or I don't know how I can help you. Maybe can we look out for someone? Do you think maybe you would like to talk to someone?
Yeah.
There are some places where you can go, like absolutely confidential. You can emphasize on that. And you can say that, I'll help you do that. No judgment. There's nothing here. And that's the whole point.
Yeah.
A lot of times, we as individuals are not able to take on someone else's baggage.
I have so much going on. Like, I can't do it. But then I also don't want to ignore what you're going through.
So acknowledge.
Okay.
So that's very important.
Okay.
See, a lot of times, people say, I don't know how to deal with it, so I'm not even going to bother with it. What ends up happening is lack of conversation, lack of communication. You're just leading your life. So you're really being, you're literally putting yourself in your own little bubble and living your life. You don't want to pry on someone else. If you call yourself a good friend, and if you feel this is a good friend who's not their usual self, you have the right to just have a
conversation.
Check in.
Yeah, just, it doesn't have to be, I think, an everyday thing, but it can be like a look. Sometimes life gets in the way. I can't call you every day. And, some people make you feel guilty because you're not as communicative as you should be, and that's fine. But sometimes life just gets in the way, and it's not that you don't want to call, it's that you can't call. So how is it that you just explain, like, look, life just got away with me. I'm not ignoring you. But what is it that I can do to help you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And there's so many qualified therapists in our country now that there is accessibility. So I'm a very active volunteer of the Bahamas Crisis Center.
Okay.
That offers free counseling services.
Okay.
Yeah. You call in and you can set up an appointment and you can talk to someone. We have a 24-hour hotline. And so, there is accessibility. It's just that people are not aware.
You have to take the first step. Then you have to admit that you have a problem. Admit that I may be depressed. Admit that I may be a little bit sad.
Yeah.
That this isn't normal. I'm not supposed to sleep 20 hours a day. Like, I'm not supposed to be this angry. I used to be a happy person. Why am I this depressed?
Sometimes you get so caught up in it that it's difficult for you to recognize it on your own.
Yeah.
That is why I'm going to keep emphasizing that you have to be each other's keeper. You have to look out for each other. Unless and until that is going to happen, we're going to continue to have these sad news that we are hearing of late, and that is nothing but a sense of complete isolation. You know, feeling isolated, feeling not supported, not feeling comfortable enough to talk to someone. So then they internalize, and sometimes it gets so overwhelming, and you don't have the coping mechanisms to deal with it.
Yeah.
What do we do?
You know, we're running out of time, but someone did make a good point in one of the comments that they wanted a part 2 for men's mental health. Is there something specific that we have to do for men that may be a little different when it comes to women when trying to get them to open up or talk to us or kind of explain what's going on with them?
Interestingly...
Maybe you have 10 seconds.
No, but interestingly, it's the same rule. Same rule applies. Men, I'm getting to see a lot of men now. There is a growing awareness.
Okay.
So that's one positive thing I'm noticing.
We'll try and come back for a part 2, guys, but thank you so much for joining us. It was a great conversation. Went by a little bit too fast, but stick with us. We still have a lot more to talk about right after this.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
Bring your brand into focus and make your impact on the nation. Go all in with the Impact Bundle, featuring live liners and an in-studio interview. Prefer targeted reach? Audio plus digital delivers radio and digital placements. Or be seen with our television bundle with 20 TV ads across broadcast and streaming. Call 4-666-173, Eye on the Nation.
My name is Charles Wesley Rowe. My organic farm is Nice Layers Organic Farm. I have 230 birds up here. I give them fresh water, pumpkin, lettuce, cabbages, all the vegetables. Anything what I eat, they eat. Right now, we sell the eggs for $7 a dozen from Monday to Friday. On Saturdays, you can get 4 dozen eggs for $21. I'll be located on Jamaica Road, the western side, Silverstone Primary School.
Imagine an event where entry is as effortless as a wristband scan. Calling all businesses and event organizers because selling tickets has never been smoother. With Canoe, effortlessly sell tickets online and accept payments via debit cards, credit cards, Canoe Wallet, or even Sand Dollars. From payment links to QR codes, track your sales digitally, making event organization a phenomenal experience. And that's not all. Canoe is giving you more. If you're offering food, drinks, or must-have merchandise at your event, Canoe takes it to the next level. Customers can seamlessly pay using wristbands, QR codes, or their Canoe digital wallet. No more long lines, no more waits. Just happy customers and a boost in sales. With Canoe, your event becomes a breeze. Cashless, worry-free, and simply unforgettable.
It's time for Quick Draw. Get out your tickets now. We're playing Quick 2, 3, and 4. Good luck!
Welcome back to Eye on the Nation.
Welcome back to I get caught all the time too. Don't feel bad about it at all. Welcome back to Eye on the Nation. I'm Sandy Brown. And like I told you, we did have two guests for you today. This is our second guest. We're going to be talking about fishing, deep drop fishing. I didn't even know that there was such thing as deep drop fishing. We're going to be talking about deep drop fishing today.
Correct.
So introduce yourself to everybody.
Good afternoon, Bahamas. My name is Lanson Monroe. I'm one of the organizers of the Real Champions Deep Drop Fishing Tournament. We've been in existence from 2020. And deep drop fishing is a type of sport fishing where rather than going for shallow water, we fish in anything around 200 feet, maybe up to 3,000 feet. And the species are quite different from your regular lean snappers.
You're talking to a woman who don't know nothing about
that's
fishing.
fine.
I'm sitting there like,
Right.
I'm following.
Yeah.
So is it a harder way of learning how to fish or fishing? Not learning how to fish, of fishing in deeper water?
Yeah, it has its own techniques, and so basically you're not using a regular manual reel.
Mm-hmm.
You would be using an electric reels.
Okay.
Which means that it makes the process even quicker.
Okay.
And you can fish in anywhere, like I said, 200 feet upward to maybe 3,000 feet. And the species of red snappers is endless. And we're just happy that BTC has been our title sponsor for the last 2 years.
Shout out to BTC.
Shout out to BTC. We really appreciate them, and they've done a tremendous job. And we've appreciated everything they've done, and we now have that bigger stage to promote the sport of deep sea fishing.
All right, so the tournament, when is the tournament? Give us some information on it.
Okay, so the tournament is scheduled for Saturday, June 13th.
Okay.
At the Green Parrot.
It's this Saturday?
This Saturday, yes.
Okay.
At the Green Parrot Bar and Grill. And we leave at 6:30 a.m. Now, the captain's meeting...
leave at 6:30 a.m.?
6:30 a.m. It's early.
Jeez, the sun ain't even
And
up there.
the captain's meeting will be held at Green Parrots tomorrow, which is Thursday the 11th, at 6:30 p.m.
Okay.
And this is the opportunity for you to come, register your boat, register your team, and be ready for the actual tournament.
So what does the team look like? How do I register? How many people are on a team? Give us all the information.
Okay, so once you come out to the captain's meeting on Thursday, tomorrow, 6:30 p.m., you will fill out a registration form. That form will have the name of the boat, the captain, the crew, and also they will give you a designated tournament number, an official number. And that number is going to be used to signify when you come in back at Green Parrot. So for instance, if you come back at 3 p.m., 4 p.m., once you enter into that marina, you'll show that card and then we'll know, okay, that's team 1, 2, etc.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you win? Like what? This may be a simple question, but how do you win?
That's a very good question. It's a combination of the aggregate total number of pounds. So each fish is 1 pound.
Okay.
So let's say there are different categories. There's
Hold on, regardless of the size of the fish, it will be counted as 1 pound?
Yes, a very, very good question. The fish have to be at least 1 pound.
Okay.
You can't bring a fish in.
Don't bring no little babies.
No, don't bring no babies.
Okay.
And with the grouper category, there's a minimum weight of 10 pounds.
Okay.
So no groupers less than 10 pounds that can be weighed. And we have several different categories. We have what is called the you have the spongy, which the name is called it a spongy, but it's actually a silky, or the correct name is Wenchman. You have the yellow eye category, black wing category, black snapper category, vermilion category, queen category. All of these are species of fish. I know you're looking at me like, what is he talking about, right?
You know, I try to follow, but I already said earlier, I started this by saying, I don't really know,
Right,
you know, but I'm learning.
There's so many different species of fish in our waters. Also, for instance, with the grouper category, you have the Warsaw, you have misty groupers, snowy groupers, yellowmouth groupers, wrecked fish, yellow edge. I mean, there's all kinds of groupers in our waters.
Okay. I only know what the group eyes eat. Which one do you eat? All of them?
I eat all.
Okay.
Now, a very exciting part, this is actually a tournament within a tournament.
Okay.
And it's called the exotic or the Calcutta category.
Okay. So you got to find something that's outside of
Exotic, I mean, just
what is
absolute-
considered exotic?
What is considered an exotic? Most exotic fish will be caught in waters anything 1,500 and above. That's like really, really deep water.
All right.
And some of the species that are part of that category would be like a pomfret fish, a snake mackerel fish,
I gotta go.
oil fish, yeah, tile fish,
So
scrum
you put
broad.
all this fish after I could come and get a little bag. I can come and get.
I'll get you straight.
That's all I needed to hear. You should have started the conversation
with
with
that, right?
Okay.
All right. So yeah, man, there's all kinds of exotic fish in our waters, and it's a very exciting tournament. It's very family friendly. You can come out, bring your family. BTC obviously is going to be there, going to have some magnificent giveaways and packages for us. Music, drink, well, you know, Green Parks will always have nice food. The atmosphere is electric.
Okay.
Absolutely
now
electric.
I gotta read this now. Don't hold this against me. I don't know these people. I have no horse in the race. But Team Bite Me said they are coming back for their win. That apparently that's Marcy, that's producer, that's Castro's right hand, Marcy and crew. So y'all just naming these things, anything that Team name Bite Me?
Listen, you will hear the interesting names. You have Team Bite Me, Rectifier. The name of my boat is The Other Woman.
Now hold on now.
Oh yeah.
See how you always get yourself in problems?
Yeah. I mean, it's the naming of a boat is very special.
And you decided to name your boat The Other Woman.
Yes.
Okay.
It's safe.
Is it?
It's safe.
Okay. All right. So is there a registration fee, or is there different categories of registration?
Yes, absolutely. So the entry fee is $600, and that will allow you to enter the tournament. Now, very significantly, all of the cash is put back into the tournament.
Okay.
Cash and prizes. This year, last year as well, we have the grand prize of what is called a LP, or Lindgren Pittman reel and rod. That rod and reel is valued at just under $7,000. Oh yeah, this is serious business.
For a rod?
Listen,
See,
this
like
is
I tell you, I don't know
serious
anything
business.
about fishing, so I don't know. That might be cheap to some people, but I'm like, I can't see myself spending $7,000 on a rod.
Consider that the Cadillac of fishing then.
You say Cadillac, like that means something to me. You gotta say something.
Well, Lexus, a Tesla.
Yeah.
You understand?
I got you. Cadillac. You gotta say it like something.
Tesla. That's the Tesla of fishing.
All right, and so that's gonna be
that is going to be the grand prize, and we also have we're going to have a grand raffle.
Okay.
Now
we love us a good raffle.
Oh yeah, and the significant part of that raffle is we now have another LP, which is going to be raffled off.
Okay.
Now, ironically, last year the team that won, Team Rectifier, and I've never seen this before. They won the LP for the overall tournament, and they won the LP for the raffle. Never seen that before. So this is real. This is real. You can actually win these magnificent reels, and you can just enjoy all of the prizes.
Someone is asking, how can one get involved without a boat or I don't know?
Without a boat, you have to find someone who has a boat, a team, and then you would have to, get to know them. I would suggest they come out to the captain's meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
Introduce themselves to me, and I'll see what I can do. Now, they may not be able to get on to the tournament for Saturday because most of these guys have their team ready and go. But yeah, I'd be willing to help them to, match them with some people who would be willing to take them on.
Now, I know you said that there were different categories of winning. So how do you determine the overall winner? So are there different...
Right. Okay. So all of the species, like I said, you have the Wenchman, the Blackwing, the Vermilion. Each one of those species or categories, you can weigh up to 10 fish.
Okay.
Right? And then what will happen is you will add up all of the points. So each pound is worth a point.
Okay.
So if someone brings in 10 Wenchmen above 1 pound, each one of them will have a specific point, to it. And then once you add up all of those categories, the overall aggregate weight will be announced as the winner of the tournament.
Now, how much time do we have? We start at 6:30.
6:30 a.m. You're leaving Green Parrot, and you have to be back by 5 p.m. If you come back a millisecond, you're disqualified.
What if I come back before 5? What if I feel like I have everything I need?
You can come in earlier. The weigh-in actually starts between 3 to 5.
Okay.
But the weigh-in usually lasts a bit longer because once the boats come in, then it gets really, really excited with people weighing their fish. And
and this is something that the public could come and sit out and watch the whole thing going down.
This is an exciting and competitive atmosphere.
Is there an entry fee for me if I just want to come watch?
No, you can just come in,
watch.
relax, and
now don't forget, you promised me my bag of fish.
I will get you sorted out.
I want an assortment of, and I want an exotic fish, and then I want. Castro say she want fish too. I can't get nothing, and she don't get.
But sound like she hook up with Bite Me, so she's straight.
Oh, so he said no. He said no. He said you hook up with Bite Me, so you have to go to Bite Me for whatever you want.
I didn't say that.
That's what I said.
Okay.
She so loved to go to Bite Me.
Yeah.
All right, so let everybody know again before we let you go where they have to go to sign up, how much it is to enter, and I don't think we asked how much people are on a team.
Okay, so on average, each team usually has about 5 to 6 persons on board. Last year, we had a record-breaking amount of participants. We had 30 teams last year. So we're looking to meet and exceed that amount this year. So it's the Real Champions Deep Drop Fishing Tournament 2026, sponsored by BTC. We're so happy to have them on board, their partnership. So the captain's meeting will be tomorrow, Thursday, at 6:30 p.m. at the Green Parrot. You can come and register. The amount is $600 entrance fee. And the tournament actually starts on Saturday, the 13th at 6:30 a.m. And you can come out and enjoy the competition. And we're looking forward to a very successful competition this year.
All right, and let everybody know what the captain's meeting again.
The captain's meeting is going to be at the Green Parrot Bar and Grill, East Bay, at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow.
All right. Anything we may have missed that you want to let people know before we let you go?
No, I think that covers it.
All right, so I'll be in contact. I'll be in touch about my bag of fish.
Absolutely.
Castro, he said, go and look to Bite Me for yours. All right, thank you so much for joining us. But like I said, we do have much, much more to talk about. I actually wanted Levan to be here for this when we talked about this because he has declared himself the leader of the Woman Now. But somebody else has now declared themselves the leader of the Woman Now.
No, I said...
Not you.
Okay, let's get this straight.
Not you. I'm trying to get you in trouble.
Right.
But this person is putting their money where their mouth is. Watch this.
Senator Latrey Raming announcing today the launch of his Leader of the Womandam Foundation. In a shared video, Raming explains that he will offer scholarships, grants, mentorship, and support as his investment in Bahamian women.
Hey everybody, Senator Latrey Raming here, the leader of the Womandam movement today. I want to share some good news inspired by my personal life story. I wouldn't be half of the person I am today had it not been for the sacrifice of others. I believe as others have poured into you, you should return the favor and pour into others. So today I want to announce a number of things. First, I want to donate my entire Senate salary to give back. I want to announce a scholarship grant. 3 grants, 2 grants focusing on persons 18 or older who are eligible for university. And these will be 2 $5,000 grants. Additionally, I want to do a new beginning grant. My mom took the time and she went back to school. And she did so in her late 40s, early 50s. I made that investment and I sacrificed for my mom because my mom sacrificed for me. So I want to announce today for someone starting all over again that I'll have a grant for you. Additionally, I also want to announce 5 $1,000 business grants. All of these grants is from the leader of the Womandam to my Womandam. I want to make this investment. If it had not been for Frankie Wilson, Adrian Fox, Randy Penn, Philip Brave Davis, Gowan Bowe, or Perry Christie, I wouldn't have finished university. If it had not been for the sacrifice of my mom, who went into Scotiabank to accept that, to take up that loan, I wouldn't be where I am today. It was because of my small village of support. I am half of the person I am with God's grace. And today, I want to make this announcement that the leader of the women them, to the women them, want to give back. I want to give back with scholarship grants and business grants. I want to give back by donating all of my Senate salary to this initiative.
Now, you know, I wanted Leavin to be here, but I guess we could talk about it tomorrow when he comes in a little bit more, just so I can kind of rub it in his face a little bit or be like, okay, so now what you doing? Because we can't have two leader of the woman now. Leavin say he's leader of the woman now, and Latreille say he's leader of the woman now. Now, Latreille offering scholarships and grants. Leavin, you gotta come with something. I don't know if somebody gonna send this to you, but tomorrow when you come on the show, we need you to come with something. And I want to say it's actually a really good initiative. And you know, a lot of people have had things to say about Latreille over the years, whether you like him or not, what he has done for the campaign. People dragged him a little bit leading up to the campaign. He was always in the news, always in the press. People was like, how does boy get in people business? But he's putting his money where his mouth is and donating his Senate salary, giving back to the women of our country. I love I think he called it the Starting Over Initiative. I can't remember. Starting Over Grant or New Beginnings, as I think is what he called it, for women over 40 who might want to go back to school, who may not have the funds to go back to school because they still have kids that are probably in school that they have to take care of. I love that. I love the scholarships for, I think he said 5 women with small businesses who want to launch their business or take their business to the next level. That's pretty amazing as well. And then I think he said scholarships for young people who want to continue their education as well. So shout out to him for that. You could say what you want about him. You could talk about, sorry, I'm looking in the wrong camera, they say. You could talk about where he may stand politically. You may not agree with what the party that he's associated with, but you have to agree that it's an amazing initiative. And thank you, Latreille, for that. I do have to give you your props for that. So I don't know if that was a challenge to my co-host who claimed that he is the leader of the woman now. But you maybe donate your Eye on the Nation salary. I know. I don't know. I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. I would just let Latreille have it. I would just personally let him have it. But it is what it is. That's just a little challenge. Of course, you know, when he comes back tomorrow, I'm gonna have to ask him about it. We're gonna have to talk about it because we need to figure out who is the real leader of the women now. And I see what you're typing, producer, but you ain't setting me up. Producers say women like things, and women gonna go with the person who have the most things. I ain't saying she lie. I ain't saying she telling the truth. I'm just saying you gotta come with something when you come back tomorrow. Rodney knighted him new leader with responsibility for young women. Well, he get a crown take. He got to fight for it. He got to figure out what it is that he wants to do. Let me get to some of the... Now, y'all can't say boycott Castro. Castro did not cut the lady off. The commercial time came in. That's what they say. I ain't defending you. The commercial came in. It was time for us to go, and her time was up. So y'all leave Castro. You know when it's Castro? I can tell y'all it's Castro. That time, it wasn't Castro. Oh, Castro also said she brought her hair, so y'all leave her alone. Can we buy fish that was caught? I did ask him as he was coming out. Yes, you can. So if you are there, you can buy fish from the people when they come, the fish that was caught. But this is after I get my bag of fish. Sani, you develop a taste for the finer things yet? If so, why haven't you contacted me? No. Who is this person? Y'all getting bolder and bolder and bolder and bolder. Anyway, someone say tings, leaving. You gotta come with tings. I just saying, women like tings, and the tree have tings, and the tree giving out tings. And the tings the tree giving out makes sense. So I don't know. I don't know what you're gonna do. But we'll see. When he comes tomorrow, we're gonna try and figure out, we're gonna play with him a little bit and try to figure out what it is that he's going to do. But before we go to the commercial break, we are opening the phone lines back up at 5:30. We are getting into all of the stuff that is happening in the House of Assembly, the arguments that are going on. Rollins and they're arguing right now still with the Speaker. The leader of the opposition was in there round with the Speaker earlier today, which is why I told y'all have to watch it for yourselves before y'all come for that woman, because they be coming for her. But we're going to go into quickly right now about Don Clare and his unfortunate comments that he made about the recruits and people wanting to join the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services. Now, during the interview, he said that men get more chances than women. I think he said, a man, if they mess up while they are going through this training process, they get a second chance. But a woman only gets one chance. The comments were, they kind of took it out. This is what he had to say. We'll play the story. He ended up apologizing, but we'll play the story. And then y'all let me know if what he said was wrong.
A troubling trend is emerging within the country's uniformed services, and officials say it's becoming increasingly difficult to ignore the lack of men who are qualified to serve the country on the front lines. Arlington Ritchie Jr. has the details in this report tonight.
Commissioner Don Clare says consultations with other uniformed branches have revealed a consistent trend since 2021, with a decline in the number of eligible men applying for service.
Only females now are probably, are meeting the necessary requirements. We are going to be in trouble if we can't get qualified males to join these uniform branches.
The concern was on full display this week as BDOCS aimed to recruit 100 new officers, 70 men and 30 women. Instead, the final tally stood at 48 males and 38 females. Clare says many male applicants either failed to meet basic entry requirements or were eliminated during the background check process. He believes the issue extends beyond recruitment and reflects broader challenges facing communities and families across the country.
Ensure that your children get the proper education while they're in school. Only when they come out, they will send these pretty resumes with empty qualifications.
Despite the shortfall, Clare commended the growing number of women who chooses careers in law enforcement and corrections, describing the job as one that often requires sacrifice under difficult conditions.
There's nothing to say that women cannot do the job, but still, you need that male factor in the uniform branches. And right now, it is difficult.
The commissioner says he has proposed solutions to government aimed at attracting and retaining more young men in the profession.
National Youth Guard. And if we can get these persons to join the National Youth Guard at age 10, 11, instead of 16 in the schools, we can steer much more young men from going the opposite direction.
And while recruitment remains a challenge, Clare says the department will not lower its standards to fill positions.
Female in the squad. The first one of you messed up or do wrong, I can let you go. And you know why? Because we have an abundance of you. But it is the males who I will try to massage and wash your toes and wash your feet. They try to get you in line. But if you do fool, we still can let you go.
I told him that as a member, as the Minister for National Security and as a part of this government, I strongly disapprove of the words that we use. I inform him that as a member of this government, where you, Madam Speaker, is the leader of the legislative branch, that every female MP is a substantive cabinet minister, and that the ministry of which I currently lead, you have a commissioner of police that's female, the Defense Force have a deputy commodore, and that his department that he recommended that the government approved, 3 of his assistant commissioners are females. He said that, he told me that his conversation was made in a jovial conversation with his recruits. I told him, notwithstanding that his position carries a lot of weight.
how I feel about this. You know, on one hand, I think that what he said made no sense. It was stupid. But I do not think that he meant it in the way that it was taken, but he should not have said it. Even if he thought it, he shouldn't have said it. What I think he meant to say was because they have more people waiting, more women waiting to join than men, that, yeah, it's a good thing that happened, because I got to think about this a little bit more too before I get dry. We'll be back. We'll continue to talk about this conversation. We'll open up the phone lines. Y'all can let me know if what he said was discriminatory, if y'all had an issue, if he should resign, because people have called for him to resign. He apologized. We're going to come with a statement too after this, but we'll be back right after this break.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
Bring your brand into focus and make your impact on the nation. Go all in with the Impact Bundle, featuring live liners and an in-studio interview. Prefer targeted reach? Audio plus digital delivers radio and digital placements. Or be seen with our television bundle with 20 TV ads across broadcast and streaming. Call 4-666-173. Eye on the Nation.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods. Taste the difference.
It's time for Quick Draw. Get out your tickets now. We're playing Quick 2, 3, and 4. Good luck!
Welcome back to Eye on the Nation.
Welcome back to Eye on the Nation. I'm Sani Brown. Don't forget that Canoe is a modern digital payment platform built specifically for Bahamian businesses, making it easier than ever to accept payments, send invoices, and get paid faster. So everything you need to get paid all in one place, from scan to pay, where customers can pay you instantly, to digital invoicing that helps you stay organized and get paid quicker. Canoe simplifies how you do business. You can even turn your website into a checkout experience or integrate Canoe directly into your systems with our API. Ready to accept digital payments the local way? Well, visit www.canoepays.com and sign up today. All right, so back to his comment. I definitely feel like what he said was wrong. We're opening up the phone lines. Y'all can let me know how y'all feel. And we do also have to get to that story about what's going on in the House right now as we speak. You can give us a call, 323-7775. That's 323-7775. I don't feel like he meant any harm with it, but I still think that it was a stupid thing to say. I should not be punished just because there are more of people of me and my sex that qualify for a job. And then the words that he used when he talked about massaging the men and giving them more, like, no. Like, absolutely not. Both of us are qualified. Both of us came here the same way. If you're going to give him 2 chances, you got to give me 2 chances too. I don't care how much other people lining up to get here in the back of me. Like, it does not make sense. He apologized. I think we had something from his statement. Yes, so this is what he said. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it was very long. But he said, the remarks were never intended to demean, disrespect, or discriminate against women. However, I recognize that the comments were inappropriate and caused an offense. I accept responsibility for the impact of my words and sincerely regret the disappointment and concern that you have caused. He continued to go on and read and all of that. But the man said sorry. Some people said he should be forgiven because of his sorry. Some people say what you put to the world, you can't take back. They don't want the sorry. In the comments, let me see what y'all saying. Whoever these perfect people are who say he need to resign, if every little thing resign have to happen here, nobody will be working. Stop minding these people in the States. Someone said, thank you, sir. Apologies accepted. This is what it means to be a real man, accepting your mistake and apologizing. So some people are accepting the apology. Some people are not. Some people say, I agree, think about it, don't say it, but it's nothing to resign over. Someone else said, I don't feel like he was discriminating against females. To me, he's just saying he just give the males a second chance to get it right because it's less of them, which still is not my fault. Like, just because there aren't more of y'all, it's not my fault. If I mess up, me and him do the exact same thing. The only thing that's keeping him there is the fact that he has and I don't. You shouldn't say it. Even if you think it, you shouldn't say it. Sometimes you have to think things and it just don't come out your mouth, especially when you're a position of authority, because it does look like discriminatory practices. Do I think he meant to be discriminatory? No. Do I think that he probably learned his lesson from this? Yes. And when you see cameras there, sometimes you keep your mouth shut. You go in the back and you say it to the people in the back, but you don't say it when cameras are there. Are we going to go to the phone lines now? Or are we going to the next story? Y'all tell me what to do. Go to the phone? Go to the phone? Let's go to the phone while people are on the phone. Hi, caller. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, a pleasant day,
Good
Sonny.
day.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Sonny, I was a listener from Rodney Monk was here, and he would have had a field day if this was said when he was there.
Mm-hmm.
And I am highly offended because no standard should be dropped or relaxed because of the gender.
I agree.
And in the words of Rodney Monk, we done figure them out. Okay? I am highly upset, and guess what? He needs to be fired, and then everybody behind him who have all these high positions would know, be careful what you say, and they need to make it law.
Yeah.
If you say these type of things, you will be terminated. Let him be sorry on termination leave.
Let him be sorry after you don't get fired.
No. I don't like that, and guess what? That's a very soft remark. You a massage man? No.
Well, I don't think he meant literally, but thanks so much.
No, you gotta read behind the lines, man.
Nah, I know if he meant literally, but I get what you're saying.
That's how I take it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I do agree that his comments were very unfortunate. They were wrong. They were stupid. He should never have made them. I don't know if the first thing we jump to is resign, but I do agree with you that the comments were unfortunate. Thank you. Hi, caller. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Sammy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Yes, I accept this apology.
Mm-hmm.
But I too understand and I agree totally that what he said was wrong and out of order.
Mm-hmm.
How could you stand as the leader with those impressionable young persons, females in the group, 30, I think?
Yeah, I think it was
and
40
tell
something,
them
yeah.
that you're going to coax. I think he definitely used the massage, washing the feet and things.
That was very unfortunate. I don't know if he thought about that before that came out of his mouth, but that piece was
right.
quite unfortunate. Yes.
Right, and tell them, and it's like it's discrimination.
Yeah.
By word of mouth. Now, maybe, and like I said, I do not think he needs to resign because he did apologize publicly.
Mm-hmm.
The minister stepped up to the plate, and I commend Minister LaRosa for standing up in Parliament and saying what he said.
Mm-hmm.
They dealt with it. And I think we have to look at the whole picture, the whole man, as, with him. I don't think we can throw him away because he made some stupid remarks.
Yeah.
Right? And we have to look at the things that he's done.
Yes.
The plans that he has. And he does want the best because he's a man.
Yes.
He does see things, and then with the majority of men in that prison. I think he does want the best, and he does want, because, women can't handle certain areas in that prison.
But you can't get mad at me if being no men there, though.
But, Sonny, if I sign on for a job, right, men along with my male counterpart, we sign an agreement or a form or whatever we sign, then we start this job or start the training. Is there anything in the policies in that document that says, if I make one mistake, I go on?
No, but I think it's the gravity of the mistake. Now, I think if women started coming out saying I was discriminated against and this is what he did to me, then I could be like, okay, well, yeah, but.
Right. No, but what I'm saying is for him, it's a stupid thing to have said. Because,
yes, very stupid.
You don't, because it made me feel if I was there, as if I am replaceable as a woman.
Yeah.
You can go because there's so many of you.
Yeah.
I want to be here. I am here. I'm going through this process, and I want to be. Don't tell me if I buck my toe, I'm out here, but yet I'm going to massage this toe. Many bucks or so.
I don't know where that massage thing come from, but that was a little off. That was something he shouldn't have said. But thank you, caller. I appreciate it. Hi, caller. Welcome to the show. Hi, caller. You got to listen to me and not the radio. You cutting now? Okay. Hi, caller. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, Sonny.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm listening to the radio.
It wasn't
You're
you.
riding solo today by yourself.
Yeah, leaving saying he ain't feeling good. Men can't take what women can take.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that with this prison thing, I got it this way. When he said that to the women, I thought he might have been saying that he expects more from the women.
That's what he say.
I mean, that's how I take it.
That's what he
said.
said.
Let me ask you a question. I can ask you this question.
Uh-huh.
How tall are you?
Why?
No, I'm trying an illustration.
I am average height for a woman.
Okay, I'm an average height for a man.
So you are 5'10".
No, I'm an average height for a man.
So you
how much? How heavy is your weight?
I know you ain't talking to me.
Okay, I'm the average. I'm your weight. Me and you weigh the same weight. Do you think you can lift the same amount of weight that I can lift?
I don't know.
If me and you weigh, me and you 5'7". Two of us weigh 205 pounds. You think a 205-pound woman can lift as much weight as a 205-pound man?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out what your purpose is because there's more than working in. There's more than.
It is highly impossible to put a woman in a male prison to work in a male prison.
How is it impossible? Impossible is a bad choice of words. We're not lifting the prisoners from one cell to the next, you know.
No, you're watching the prisoners from one cell to the next.
And I need to
a
have...
woman weighing the same weight of a man can be easily overpowered by a man.
Okay. You can't be overpowered?
A man?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But it is more than it's highly impossible for a man of my weight.
It's not impossible.
Me and him weighing the same weight to
Stop
overpower
saying
me.
impossible. You know what I want you to do
happen, you know.
No, I want you to do? I want you to use this as a call to all the men out there to go and apply then. Because I should not be punished because I could qualify for a job and you ain't qualified for one. No, Castro got me. Oh, sorry. Hi, caller. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm calling for tickets.
You know what? Because you call for the tickets, you're gonna get the tickets, okay? I mean,
thank you.
Yeah, no problem at all. Hold the line and let the give your number to the producer, and he'll get your information. This is for the raffle book, okay? Okay. Hi, caller. No. All right. While they do that, we do have to move it to the next story. We only have 15 minutes. I don't know if we could finish this in the 15 minutes, or if we should just continue on with this topic. Somebody said most of y'all senior persons in law enforcement need to let your public relations people speak, and that I agree with 1,000%. If you want to join in on the conversation, 323-7775. Some of y'all really just run out in front of the cameras. I think sometimes they get in front of the cameras and they feel a little giddy and they don't know. But I do think that each one of these government offices should have public relation officers there to say, hey, this is what you say. This is the script you stick to. Don't go outside of it. Don't try to be personable. Don't try to crack jokes. Things can be taken out of context, like these comments, and this is just what you do. I don't know if he had one, but it doesn't seem like it worked. We're going to move on from that really quickly because we only have a couple more minutes left, and I do want to tell y'all what happened in the House today. So they had a big row in the House today after Michael Pintard attempted to table this 12-page affidavit that was purportedly done and sworn in by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency. Now, y'all know these are the same documents where they alleged that there was somebody, politician one, who was in the House of Assembly who met with an undercover DEA agent and somebody else, and they were talking about smuggling some kilos of cocaine in and out of the country. So Michael Pintard stood up yesterday and he said that he wanted these documents tabled in the House. Patricia said, listen, it don't work like that. I have to form the committee. Once the committee is formed, it will go to the committee. She did end up forming the committee, but Michael still went there today and decided that he wanted to table these documents, which led to an argument between them two. The parliament had to take a break, and then he had his own little mini press conference inside the opposition room. So we have a lot of those videos that we want to show y'all really quickly. So this is the first one with Pintard.
When there is a concern, for example, of criminality that may have been conducted in the precincts of the House, any member...
And you're using the word may have.
Let me finish.
May have. That's pure speculation.
Yeah, so, Madam
I may
Speaker,
not be an attorney, but I understand English language. And I'm not going to let you out-talk me today with that.
I'm not trying to talk you, Madam Speaker. And so whenever that occurs, you rightly said, Madam Speaker, that it could be reported to certain authorities. What is also true, Madam Speaker, is if the reputation of the House of Assembly is at risk of being damaged.
No, hold on. Let me speak to that.
Then, Madam Speaker,
the reputation
can I at least finish the statement?
Of the House of Assembly is not at risk. I am saying to you,
it is at risk.
if you have the the documentation.
It is at risk.
I am saying to you.
You can also report it to the police.
If you have the documentation, give it to the clerk of the House of Assembly, who will serve it to me and the legal department. The legal department will then properly advise the Speaker.
Madam Speaker,
that is what
do
they
you agree that you can also report this to the?
The chair recognizes the honourable member for Pinewood.
Speaker, I move that the House do suspend until 3:30 p.m. today.
Thank you, honourable members. It has been moved and seconded that the business of this House be suspended until 3:30 p.m. As many are in favour will remain seated. Those.
So this is why she's have to do the things she did. She already said that they wasn't doing it, that it was going to go to the committee of privilege. He still wanted to table it. As a matter of fact, he's not only that, he said that he wanted her to make a statement from the chair, pretty much saying that the country, the House rebukes whatever this is that happening. She wants him to rebuke he wants her, to rebuke whoever parliamentarian number one is. And he said that if the information turns out to not be true, because he's not saying that the information is true. He's saying that this is just what somebody else is saying. If the information turns out not to be true, that she should demand an apology from, I guess, the U.S. government or whatever. And she says she ain't doing it. She said she wasn't doing it from yesterday. He came back today and he tried to bully her into doing it again. And this is why I say she has to talk the way that she talks to them, because they don't listen to her. She said no yesterday. Why you come back again with that today? Do what you did afterwards. He had his own press conference in the opposition room, and he was able to get and say what he wanted to say there. It's not going to be tabled. She already made her decision on that. Why are we still running on with it? The reason for her decision for not tabling it in Parliament is she said it is unsubstantiated. It is not, there is nothing factual. It is something that someone said. And then she told him, if you have more information about who this person is, go to the police, call Shanta, call the commissioner, go and do that. He telling her, well, you could go to the police. She's saying, it ain't me who all hot up about this. It's you. So if you are so concerned and you have all of the information, go to the police. No, what do you want to do instead? Sit up and run on with the Speaker of the House. And that is why she's have to talk to them the way that she's talked to them. That's why I implore y'all, all of y'all who's there talking about she's so biggity and she's so big and bad. This is why I already say no. Why you come back with this again today? And then you planned it, because outside of the House, he told reporters what he was going to do. So I do not understand. I get that they're trying to hold on to this and continue until we find out who parliamentarian one is. Everybody want to know who it is. I am curious to know who it is. But can the business of the House continue? Because that's what she said. She said, we're not here to be playing with these little frivolous things. Not saying that it's frivolous, but unsubstantiated claims. We are here to debate the budget and carry on with the people's business. And he just won't continue to interrupt. She say A, he say B. And then y'all wonder why she say the things that she says. Anyway, people don't like her. You like her, you hate her. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you have to be big and bad to be in that House, or you're gonna let them people run over you. And she's not. She's like, it ain't gonna happen. Anyway, we are running out of time. Crazy. Also yesterday, in the House, I don't know if it was smart or not. I guess he said, let me come out ahead of this. He said that, listen, I know everybody's saying this person worked for him and this person may be this and this person, but my wife is related to him, but I never take no money from him, and she ain't never take no money from him, and we ain't never do nothing wrong, but I kind of sort of related to Eric Player Gardner. This is what he said.
Have not yet been revealed.
I nor my wife, nor anyone on my behalf has had business dealings, no financial relationship with him, received no campaign contributions, and have had no involvement in any company owned by, connected to, or associated with him. I make this disclosure voluntarily because I believe the Bahamian people deserve transparency from all of those who hold public office.
Political fallout spilling from the streets directly into the House of Assembly today as the East Grand Bahama MP, Kwesi Thompson, raised questions about Finance Minister Michael Halkitis and his fitness to continue serving in Parliament. The comments prompting an immediate response from Prime Minister Philip Davis, who rose on a point of order to defend his finance minister and call for the matter to be referred to the Privileges Committee, arguing that parliamentary rules may have been breached. Davis, who has entrusted Halkitis with the nation's finances through 2 consecutive terms in office, making it clear he has full confidence in the St. Barnabas MP's character, integrity, and ability to serve.
I am satisfied, whether any on the other side may be or otherwise, I am satisfied as the person whose cabinet he sits, that there's nothing neither immoral, unethical, or otherwise illegal about the conduct of which they complain. This is a matter of controversy that was created by them.
I just really, I don't know if I'm the only Bahamian that's tired and over it. Until we get some new information, I just really tired of them saying the same things over and over and over again. I just want, if you know who it is and you have the documents and you're going to say this is who it is, then that's the only new information I want to hear. They say Halkitis ain't resigning, stop asking for him to resign. They say they ain't putting they're not tabling the documents in the House, stop asking for it. If you have new information, we would love to hear it. But if we still repeating the same information that we've been hearing from before the election, can we talk about something else? I'm just asking, can we? I'm not saying give whoever this person is a pass, but we do not know. We really just don't know. Anyway, we have a minute. We have a couple minutes. Let's go back to the phone lines really quick before we go. Hi, caller. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. Can the House appoint a psychiatrist? Because I think all evidence are going crazy. They need to talk to somebody because they're not making any sense.
I think they're just doing what the opposition does. The opposition has to oppose. I'm not even mad at them for bringing it up. I'm just tired of them bringing up the same information. Can we have something new?
Can you imagine people listening to the news and listening to the same thing every night?
Yeah.
The same damn foolishness? They ain't making no sense.
I mean,
they can talk about his issue.
Well,
the issues what he has. Why don't start talking about that? Why put that under the bed and everything else?
Yeah, I mean, I know what his issues are right now. He don't seem to have no issues right now. But I do agree that until something new happens, can we just stop talking about the same thing over and over again? Let's argue about something new. You know, at least today Rollins was arguing about beaches and parks. Today he argued about BPL. That was actually pretty valid. I was on his side a little bit about the BPL thing. Okay, can we argue about something new? Until we find out who politician one is, can we just move on? I think the speaker and all at one point said she is MP1. I think she was trying to make a little point to say she don't care who politician one is in here, but I's the big dog in this place, and y'all gonna listen to me.
And number one, reference in a U.S. drug investigation involving Bahamian Jonathan Eric Gardner, House Speaker Patricia DeVoe, is moving to shut down further debate on the matter in Parliament. The move comes after comments made by East Grand Bahama MP Kwesi Thompson were struck from the record. Prime Minister Philip Davis requesting that the issue be referenced to the Privileges Committee. Opposition leader Michael Pintard again attempted to raise the matter in the House, but DeVoe rejected that request, insisting that Parliament's focus should remain on issues impacting the Bahamian people.
My thing about who's MP1, well, if you all didn't know, I carry the name MP1 on my plate. So I'm not politician one, but I am MP1. So I hope you all ain't talking about me, eh, guys? So don't be talking about me, but I am actually MP1 in the fact. So if you all have any information that we can put to rest this gossip, take it to Central Police Station, or we will have you escorted and you can sit with the Commissioner of Police. I'm sure she will be very, 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 very entitled to deal.
Patricia, sometimes I feel like I be on your side, but when you say cuz, I mean, come on, man, you in the house. She's like, cuz, who she was talking to? Anyway, I guess she tired of them too. Let me get to some of the comments before we go. I'm so sorry. We can't, they already said the phone line to close. We only have a couple more minutes left. Someone said, no, Sonny, you're not the only one. I guess everybody tired of hearing about this. Just bring us some new information already. Just tell me who it is. Came from a 250-pound, 5'9" lady. I am pretty strong for a woman. If I am hired from a job, I should not be held to the highest standard than my counterpart's strength. Has nothing to do with it. And if it was, it should have been in our contract. I don't know where the strength came in with the caller and the conversation. I'm not sure. Someone said Madam Speaker is correct. Man, these guys carrying on like they don't know the rules of the House. This is foolishness every day from them. I think they're just trying to make the news, and it's working. People are talking about them. We all knew it was going to happen. Rollins has been doing it every day, and he's been pretty much making the news every day. So the commissioner just over-exaggerated to show the greater need for male officers. The remarks should be an incentive for them to work harder. Leave the man alone. He meant no harm to women. The comments were still stupid. Tell Uncle, nowhere in the world do women work in a male prison. Sandy, you look beautiful. Thank you. Oh, time for us to go. It has been nice sitting with you guys today. Hopefully, Levin will be back tomorrow. And maybe we could get like a challenge going on between like the two leader of the women's them. You think we can make that happen? Do I miss him? Why are y'all so trapsy? It was pleasant. I don't have a headache today. But of course, you know, I miss having someone to banter with, and I'm sure you guys may have missed him as well. He will be back tomorrow, and so will I. Thank you guys for sitting with me today. See you later.